All right, welcome back. Today we're going to be forging, again, as are most all my videos. We're going to be forging blacksmith knives. We're going to be making several different ones. I'm going to see how many knives I can make in, it's 11:50. Let's do 6 o'clock. 6 hours. So, yeah, correct. All 12, level 1, all 2, all 3, all 4, all 5. 6 hours. So I have 6 hours. Actually, yeah, we'll do 6 hours. How many knives can I forge out in 6 hours? And that's just forging. It's not going to be sanding. Sanding will be a part 2 if I make a whole bunch of knives today, which I plan on it. I plan on making 10 of these, hopefully today, but we'll see what happens. These ones are all going to be a little smaller. The rebar I bought is smaller this time, but yep, we're going to see how many knives we can forge out in 6 hours. So yeah, let's get started. Stay along. All right, let's get the forge wet. All right, so I made 4 knives and a quarter. But I made 4 knives. Actually, I made 5 knives. One of them's tiny, but I did that in, oh boy, I was texting people. An hour and 10 minutes. That's how long it took me. It only took me an hour and 10 minutes, and I made 5 of these knives. So that's not enough for a video. I guess we're gonna do some sanding. We're gonna see what happens. So I'm going to get the belt sander set up after I take a break because I'm tired. And then we'll get to sanding. All right, we are going to start sanding here. We have the belt from the last live stream I did. We are getting ready to start sanding here. All right, we got the handles cleaned up, the edges cleaned up. Now it is time to start finish profiling the knives. All right, so we're done cleaning up the knives. Now it is time to bend the handles or make the handles, and then we can quench the knives. All right, so it is 4:30 and I actually have to go to a dinner planning tonight. And so I can't actually work until 6 o'clock, which is what I was hoping for. So we're gonna pause the timer, which I don't have a timer, but I'm just gonna give myself an hour and a half tomorrow to work. The hour and a half will not include the tempering time because that takes an hour itself, and that would just not really be fair, I would think. But tonight, when I come home, I'm going to quench these knives. I will do that off camera just to make it easier on me. I'm going to quench these in water, which quenching is heating the knives up to a cherry type red almost, and then quenching them in water because they are rebar. And then after that, I will let them cool down a little bit, and I'll put them in the oven at 425 degrees for about an hour and a half, and then I'll take them out and do it again for another hour and a half. But as you can see here, this knife, this front knife that you guys seen, I'm going to trim up the curve. Same thing on the second knife that I have here, I'm going to trim up the curve. These ones are pretty good, I think, but after we quench them, we will finish them up, and I will video finishing them up and final reveal shots. So I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, it is the morning. I got the knives out of the temper last night, and they're ready to go. I know that they're tempered because I was hitting them with a hammer to straighten them out. So we're gonna get them cleaned up on the belt sander, and then we will take, and after we get the edges cleaned up, we're going to take the wire wheel that's on the drill, and we'll do the handle and the spine of the knife. Let's get started. All right, we got the knives all done. Now it's time to sharpen them, which is the last step in this.